So Joe Rogan's getting called out by 270 health professionals and doctors, and the health professionals are calling out Joe Rogan's misinformation on his podcast. And apparently he had the person onto the podcast. What was his name? That dude that made the vaccine or something. And yeah, basically Jessica Malati Rivera. She's an infectious disease epidemiologist and research fellow. She says she debunks health and misinformation on Instagram. What she has more than 380,000 followers. But Dr. Robert Malone is an actual virologist, though. So why would he be putting out misinformation? He's a doctor, right? But he got banned from Twitter for promoting COVID-19 misinformation. But is it really misinformation or is it actual facts? Because when you look at, I'm not speaking on this, but I'm just speculating. Apparently, Joe Rogan's giving out misinformation on his podcast. He's talking about how the vaccine's not effective. He hasn't got the vaccine. He's what do you call it? He's saying he doesn't want to get it because he feels that he's already very healthy, but then he throws the kitchen sink at the virus. You know, he takes ivermectin, he takes fucking IVs. What else did he do? Dude, he took so much shit, and then he created like some kind of cells. Dude, he spent over $10,000 on trying to get away from that virus when he could have just got the vaccine. Yeah, but at the same time, like, the politicians and all the doctors told us, oh, you should make sure you get the vaccine, get 2 shots, and then we out of the pandemic. But now we're still in the pandemic, and we have a new mutation, and it's called the Omicron virus now. And now we have more and more and more lockdowns. So it's like, when does this end? So we gotta get a booster. But then who's to say we don't have to get another booster? What's to say we don't have to get another booster after that one? Because we take the booster, and then they're going to tell us to take another booster. I mean, they've told us before that only 2 vaccines were what you needed. Now we got to take a booster. After that booster doesn't work, we got to take another one. So, but anyways, with Joe Rogan, I mean, he's been doing this forever, right? Like, he's been putting out misinformation forever. Rivera was even more horrified to discover that people in her life whom she considered to be quite wise and discerning were hoodwinked by Malone's patina of academic credibility. Well, he does have academic credibility. He's a doctor. I spoke to some colleagues and we said something has to be done at this point. Rivera is one of 270 doctors, physicians, and social science educators who signed an open letter calling on Spotify, which obtained exclusive. But they're not going to do anything. Spotify isn't going to do anything. They're not going to take action against him. They won't do anything. They will not do anything to stop Joe Rogan or whatever you think is going to happen. You think that this is gonna change some shit. But it's not, man. It's just not. Let's read the open letter. On December the 31st, 2021, the Joe Rogan Experience, a Spotify exclusive, blah, blah, blah. The episode has been criticized for promoting baseless conspiracy theories, and the JRE has a concerning history of broadcasting misinformation, particularly regarding the COVID-19 pandemic, by allowing the propagation of false and society harmful assertions. But he actually had a doctor on there, right? By allowing the propagation of false and society harmful assertions. He has to respond to this. I think Joe's definitely going to respond to this, but Spotify is enabling its hosted media to damage public trust in scientific research and sow doubt in the credibility of data-driven guidance offered by medical professions. JRE number 1757 is not the only transgression to occur on the Spotify platform, but a relevant example of the platform's failure to mitigate the damage it is causing. We are a coalition of scientists, medical professionals, and stuff like that. Wow, he's the world's largest podcast that has tremendous influence, but definitely he does have tremendous influence. That's definitely true. 11 million listeners per episode. That is crazy, dude. Holy fuck. The amount of money Rogan's making is insane. $100 million. People make that. Elon Musk makes that in a day. Come on, man. But Elon Musk is actually doing some shit. Joe is just talking into the camera and getting millions of dollars. He didn't just get there overnight. You know, he did a lot of things to get to the position where he was. But at the same time, like, he definitely has, you know, talent for sure. But it's like, okay, he's talented, but is he that talented? There's a lot more people that are more talented than Joe Rogan. It's just, you know, people relate to him more than others. He has discouraged vaccination in young people and children, incorrectly claimed that mRNA vaccine or gene therapy promoted off-label use of ivermectin to treat COVID-19, and spread a number of unsubstantiated conspiracy theories. An unfounded theory that societal leaders have hypnotized the public. Many of these statements have already been discredited. Really? Okay. Let's look at that. How do you discredit that? No academic credibility. Experts debunk mass psychosis COVID theory floated by Dr. and Joe Rogan. Okay. But he's a doctor, right? But he's a doctor. The average age of JRE listeners is 24 years old, and according to data from Washington State, unvaccinated 12 to 34-year-olds are 12 times more likely to be hospitalized, blah, blah, blah. But, yeah, all of these things may be true. But you still haven't let us out of the pandemic. You still haven't let us out of the pandemic. All of this stuff may be true. Everything in this open letter may be true. How long have we been in the pandemic? For 2 years now? 3 years now? 3 years, right? It's 3, not 2. And they still haven't let us out of the pandemic. So, you know, it's crazy. It's just crazy. You guys haven't even let us out of the pandemic. So maybe we got to try something different. But it's misinformation. As physicians, we bear the arduous weight of a pandemic that has stretched our medical systems to the limits and only stands to be exacerbated by the anti-vaccination sentiment woven into this and other episodes of Joe Rogan's podcast. It is a sociological issue of devastating proportions, and Spotify is responsible for allowing. They're not gonna do any of this. They're not going to do that. They're not going to do that, man. They're not going to do that because it's a business. You got to go to court or something to try and stop these people from saying whatever they're saying. I mean, Rogan's been doing this for years, you know. He does whatever he wants, and he's a very, very talented individual for sure. Now, what do I think about this? I don't think anything will happen. Maybe Spotify will do something. I mean, they have to respond. That's 270 doctors, you know. 270 doctors. Oh, and now the comment section is like, you should worry everyone how badly they want to cancel someone who asks questions. Is he asking questions or is he spreading misinformation? He's spreading misinformation. 270 fucking doctors just said he's spreading misinformation. You think they're all lying? His fans are some of the most stupidest, dumbest fans ever. Like, so 270 doctors are all lying. Oh, come on, man. You guys are like 270 doctors are all lying. All of them? I find that hard to believe. They're putting their credibility on the line. Yes, they are, but even if they lose credibility, they'll still keep their job because they're more or less indispensable. They're a fucking doctor. They're more or less indispensable. You think they're gonna fire a doctor? Who does that? Doctors are always needed, man. They're not gonna do anything. Pretty sure he is an anti-vax. I love how Inside Edition has no evidence of blah. He's speaking the truth. Maybe some of these doctors will be willing to go on his show and debate doctors like. But there's. Did you know that 90% of doctors agree with whoever is funding them? Really? I find it hard. I find it hard to believe that 90% of doctors will agree with whoever is funding them. I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know if I believe that. These people, man, like the people in the comment section, they're just saying whatever they can to get likes, man. It's not real. That's not real. That part is not real. What's real is that 270 doctors are saying that he's spreading misinformation. I'm gonna believe newsflash. I'm gonna believe the fucking doctors. I'm not gonna believe the people in the comment section, man. Fuck you know. Those people in the comment section don't know what they're talking about. They're just parroting Joe Rogan's talking points. They're stupid. They're just fans of him. Stupidity. I'm out, please.